Hi, everybody. Welcome. Today I'm going to be giving a speech on uh, active listening. My name is Malachi Gilbreth, and thank you for listening. First, I want to talk about active listening. We're going to go ahead and define what active listening is. Um, Active listening is a communication technique that we use daily, whether we do or do not. But this is a vital communication technique to having conversation with people, work, and or even strangers. Active listening is understanding and processing the meaning behind a conveyed message that someone is giving you through communication. Also, active listening is being mindful and focused and participant in the conversation, being very present. Next part, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the techniques of active listening. Active techniques. Some techniques are being fully present with the person you are speaking to, making them feel welcomed. Essentially just showing them that you're there and you're present, you're listening to what they have to say, and it matters. You also practice good eye contact with the person. Obviously, if you're looking away or side to side, it pretty much tells the person speaking that you don't even care what they have to say. Another one would be noticing nonverbal cues and giving off nonverbal cues like shaking your head or smiling or even frowning on certain messages that are being conveyed. That way, we can show the person that's speaking that whatever they're saying is meaningful and we're receiving that well. And lastly, I want to talk about withholding judgment or advice. There's some times where we have these conversations and some of these people, uh, I don't know, it's more so like they're telling us something we may not agree, but to be a good active listener, we're going to go ahead and withhold that judgment because if we go and say something completely out of pocket per se, it really just isn't going to help things. So we need to be able to have the skill to withhold those judgments or advice when we know we need to give it, and we know when we need to hold it back. Then I'm gonna go ahead and talk about life experience now. Well, when I was a young boy, um, I have a big family of brothers and sisters. About one sister, three other brothers. Sometimes it's hard to keep count. But so essentially, when I was younger, we would always fight. We fight way too much. Constant disagreement. And we're going ahead and we're looking around and we're almost looks like we're picking a fight. None of us are listening to each other. I used to go and ask my dad because it got to a point where it was just so bad. I'd be like, Dad, what is going on? Like, why are we constantly having these fights? There's just no agreement. There's always constant disagreement. And he would go and tell me, he was like, you're not active listening. He's like, and that is a very important part, and it always stuck with me. And this is most of the reason why I wanted to do a presentation on active listening. Not until you finally decide to stop trying to listen to respond. You're listening to analyze the information. You're not going to go sit there, listen to someone, and immediately cut them off. Because that it just really it's like that nonverbal. It shows that person that, oh well, this guy does not care what I have to say. So why should I listen to him? So as soon as we start, stepping back, okay, fine, I'll keep my mouth shut and I'll listen when you have to say. Um, they'll start to feel like their message is starting to be valued. You're going to be able to respond to them in the best way possible. So not until I started to finally adapt that, communication technique with my brothers and sisters. Took a couple years, but eventually our relationships are starting to thrive now. Where we have that open line of communication. We're actually listening and understanding each other rather than thinking one person's right or wrong. And yeah, it just helped me a lot throughout my relationships. Very much so my family because that's the people I'm usually around most of the time. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead. After sharing that with you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I'm going to summarize. We're going to go ahead and talk about the importance of active listening in your life. So, active listening creates positive relationships. People start to feel valued once you finally, truly, they believe and they see nonverbal, right? That you're actually listening. You're attaining that information. You're analyzing it. You keep it in your head and you deliver it and you respond to it in the best way possible. Now, everybody, both parties, they practice active listening and really causes for great relationships to last. Again, back to making people feel heard and valued. Um, but really, I guess that's just what everybody seeks, feeling valued. Why speak to someone if this person doesn't even value what I have to say, And just, yeah, no, value is a big part of it. And people would just choose not to waste their time when it comes to, if this guy has, does not even care what I have to say, there's no point in wasting all my energy on trying to convey a message to this person. Yeah, back again, foundation of successful relationships, big part. If we truly apply, active listening and in every aspect to strangers, families, coworkers, I feel like we'll start to realize that these interactions are more, I would say, well, more better. Yeah, but just in a good way, possibly, because everybody, both parties, are starting to feel valued when we have these conversations. We're actually analyzing what they're saying. We're not responding with emotion. We're responding with good, well thought out, you know, analyze message. I'm going to go ahead and give you the best response possible because we all really want things to go well. No, I believe nobody wants disagreements. Yeah, and I just feel like active listening is a very big deal in every single interaction we have. You know, and if you really begin to use active listening, you'll start to realize the relationships in the future will thrive. So, well, that's it. Thank you guys for listening to my presentation on active listening. Thanks again for listening.